A group of hundreds took to the streets of Bangkok to protest against the arrest of two pro-democracy activists. This is the latest outburst in anger in a movement increasingly vocal in its demand for political reforms in Thailand. The kingdom has seen near-daily rallies in recent weeks with many young voters denouncing the government. As two protest leaders were arrested on Friday on 8 charges, including sedition and breaking coronavirus lockdown rules, human rights lawyer Anon Numpa and activist Panupong were released on bail the next day on the condition of not repeating the alleged offences. But the bail decision did not deter a flash mob of around 1,000 protesters taking over a major junction in the Thai capital, the latest protest since the contentious rally 3 weeks earlier. Crowds cheered and applauded the speakers on stage in the pouring rain. Dozens of mostly young held a Harry Potter-themed protest against the government, wearing robes and waving wands. Protesters brandished placards condemning you-know-who, a reference to the wizarding world's main villain, Voldemort. Many holding up the three-finger protest salute inspired by the Hunger Games movie franchise. People have been miffed in particular by repressive laws curbing their freedom of speech and expression. An emergency decree was imposed to battle the COVID-19 outbreak, but protesters believe it is being used to silence political dissenters. The organizers have issued 3 major demands: 1. The dissolution of the parliament, 2. Resignation of the entire government, and 3. Amendments to the military written constitution. Prime Minister Prayut has been accused of wiping out political competition, circumnavigating democratic institutions and suppressing voices of dissent. Prayut, a former military general, was the architect of the 2014 coup, which led to the ouster of an elected government. Many say his victory in the last year's election was all but guaranteed under a constitution framed by the military. Since coming to power, Prayut has worked towards establishing a firmer control. In February, a court ruling dissolved the second largest opposition party, which had attracted substantial public support due to its democratic policies. Prayut has also published several of his cabinet members. He has in fact pushed several of his cabinet members to resign over internal disputes. Political activists accuse Prayut of running an autocratic government under the pretext of a civilian government.